Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and based on my thumbnail you would have seen that I have another book haul. And if you have been following my channel at all, you know that I am on a modified book buying ban. So these are the first books that I've bought on my ban, and I did do a little bit of cheating and I am over a little bit. So I'm like $16 over right now. Oops. And I cheated, and the box I cheated on is here somewhere. So when I get to it, I'll show you and I'll tell you why I cheated. So these books, if you have seen my book hauls in the past, are a lot smaller. So these boxes before coupons range anywhere from, I think the cheapest was $35 even, because I need $35 to get free shipping, and why not spend the $35 to get the free shipping? One of them was a little more than that, but for the most part, they're all like $35. And then I've had coupons with them. I've had all sorts of stuff to help bring them down. So I was trying to be, thoughtful about how I was spending my money. And I was also trying to be more careful about what I bought. So we have a little bit of paper. And now we have a book box. So let's see what's in it. So the first book in here is The Crown's Faith, and I have the first one. I'm not positive where it's at. I'm trying to be better about not buying all the books in the series before I started reading it, but that's not always easy for me to do. And this is one of the ones that they always have it in paperback. But I have the first book in hardcover, and I didn't want to have the second one in paperback unless I could help it. I don't mind going from paperback to hardcover, but I do have an issue with going from hardcover to paperback. I'm weird. I'll admit it. So I saw it's in hardcover, I went ahead and grabbed it. As well as that one, I also bought this one because Peruse Project. Why did her name just leave my head all of a sudden? I watch her all the time. Every vlog that she has come up, I watch it. She loves this series and she highly recommends it. And she's one of those ones that I trust her opinions on some books. I trust her opinions on fantasy books because she tends to like the same type of stuff that I do. So when I saw this one pop up at Book Outlet for super cheap, I bought it. All right. So, as you know, I am in a romance kick right now, and I've been kind of curious about different kinds of romances. And one of my favorite romances that I've read so far, or the YA type romance stuff, I like Morgan Matson a lot. So I know Save the Date got really hit and miss reviews on it, so I wasn't gonna buy it full price. But when it came up on Book Outlet, it's a signed first edition. See, this is why I do this stuff. That's really cool. But when it came up on Book Outlet, I went ahead and bought it. This is a Walmart book. This is also a Walmart book. But this one's signed. So yeah, I've heard things about this one, but I like Morgan Matson, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And then because I love Casey West, I also got Love Life in the List. I kind of watch for all of her books on Book Outlet, and I kind of buy them as I get them because I have not read a single one yet that I haven't liked. I've only read a couple, and I do have a few more to get to, but everything I've read so far I liked a lot. All right, so back to the sequels. I bought The Speaker. I haven't read the first one, but I've heard really good things about them. But I haven't heard a lot of things about them because I've only heard a few reviews of them. And the second one finally came up. So yeah, there is a third one. It is published. I have not bought it. I have the first two. Same Valiant. I have the first one. I have not read it, but here's number two. Oh my God. I'm trying to be better. I really, really am. All right, and then the last two books. I got a Colleen Hoover book. I've only read one Colleen Hoover book so far, and it was really good. It was kind of sexy time, kind of serious. It was about an abusive husband, but it was a good story overall and I really liked it. So I went ahead and I'm trying another Colleen Hoover book. And then this one, I don't remember where I heard about this one, but it's a Curious Beginning, and it is called the Veronica Speedwell Mystery. I don't remember. Reagan, that's her name. Oh my God. Might have been another Reagan book, but I'm not positive. All I know was that this one was another book that it just sounded really interesting. There were 3 of them on there, the first, second, and the third, and I only bought the first one. Ugh. I have very little. I'm trying to be better. So this is box number 1. Now let's move on to box number 2. Like I said, these book boxes are significantly smaller. Just shows you how much you can get for a lot less money if you wait for sales, if you have coupons, if you have whatever. My points add up and I get my rewards for it, all of those things. And I'm terrible about passing up sales. So there. This is my cheap box. Mail is here. It should not be for me though. I never know for sure, but oh, it should be. Okay, so I only deducted one book from my total here. The only book that I put towards my total of new book buying is The Strange Grace. I've heard really good things about this book and I've been really, really curious about it. It popped up and so I wanted to buy it. But everything else in this box, I didn't charge myself for. I just charged myself for this one. So the only other actual book in this box is Legend by Stephanie Garber. And I've already read this. I listened to the audiobook of it when it first came out and I've been waiting patiently for it to go up on Book Outlet. So I did not charge myself for this one because I've already read this. That seems fair to me, and we agreed that that was fair because I had been waiting for this book to hit Book Outlet, and I will do the exact same thing with Finale. I'll listen to it first because my favorite, Rebecca Soler, she's my favorite narrator. She narrates all these books, and because she narrates them, I'm gonna listen to them. So yeah, I went ahead and bought it when it got to Book Outlet, and I don't charge myself for these ones. But the cover page is like super ripped. So I don't know what to do about that. I'll have to get a hold of them because that's not right. I did not buy a scratch and dent, but it's all messed up. Okay, so for the rest of this box, these aren't books, so I didn't charge myself for them, but I was in a graphic novel mood. So I got Sweet Tooth because I've heard really wonderful things about it. I got The Last Man because Brian K. Vaughan writes it and he writes Saga and I love Saga, but I heard this one's kind of dark. I got Fable because it looked really cool. I read the description of it, thought, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. And I got Lock and Key, which is, what's his name? Joe Hill writes this? Is that what his name is? Yeah, Joe Hill. And he is Stephen King's son, and it sounds really creepy. I may not like this one, but I was curious, and if I don't like it, I have 2 horror fiends in the house that will try it. And then lastly, because I just thought it was so cute, I got Ravina the Witch, and I have no idea what it's about, but look how cute it is! And then the back, oh my gosh. They're so cute. I have no idea what these are about. But the artwork inside was just, I had to. I'm probably gonna do this today because I'm so curious about this one. So yeah, I didn't charge myself for these because technically they're not books. They're graphic novels and I read them fast when I'm in the mood. I only teased a little. And then here's the last one. So I got all these like one right after the other. And I didn't buy them one right after the other. I've been pretty good. I only buy like 1 box a month. And so I started this in February and it's now the end of April and I just am doing another haul sale. So I bought these in like February and they all just showed up one day. Actually, technically this one showed up and then 2 days later the other two showed up. So I figured, you know what? I was doing pretty good. I'm not mentioning that there's one more box that I haven't added in yet. All right, and we're back to the sequel train here. Let's see, I know I have a couple of sequels in here. Ooh, that's here, yay! Okay, this box isn't all mine. That's why I didn't charge for this one all the way. All right, so the books that are mine. I got 1984 to read with my friend Chris because this is her favorite book in the entire world, and we've been talking about reading classics together. And we're starting with the modern classics and moving back to normal classics, but I have to listen to some classics because the language is hard for me. She is English as a second language, and so sometimes the classics are hard for her too. So we're starting off with modern classics, and this is one of her favorite books, or this is her favorite book. And I've never read anything by George Orwell. I've never read Animal Farm or anything else, so she wanted to try it. I saw this one pop up, and I was like, okay, let's do this. So that way we can read this one together. And I let her know the box was here and she got really excited. Let's see, I thought I had sequels in here. I think I only have one. So I have the Traitor Prince, and this is the 3rd or 4th book. I don't know which one it is. Wish Granter, Shadow Queen, so this is the 3rd book. And they all have different storylines. They're all different retellings. They sound really good. I've been hearing good and bad things about them, so I kind of want to just try them out and see if they're any good. I need to stop buying them though and just start reading them. This one, for some reason, I thought was a sequel, but I don't think it is. I think it's a standalone, or maybe it is a sequel. It is a sequel. Never mind, I'll shut up now. So this is the sequel to Spindlefire, and it was really pretty. And Spindlefire is a book I really want to read. I have problems. Okay, this book was really popular like just a couple of months ago, so I was really surprised to see it at Book Outlet already. I mean, most of the books I have to wait almost a year for. This one was already there, and a bunch of people got it in their book boxes, but I didn't. So I went ahead and bought it. I don't know much about it. I want to say that it's Asian mythology inspired or something like that. Could be so wrong. I don't remember. But I remember hearing good things about it. Everybody was talking about it for a hot minute, but they haven't talked about it in a long time, so I don't know what that means. It's good or bad. I don't know. All right, and then the last book I bought for myself was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I've heard such great things. I am currently reading my very first Christina Lauren book. I'm reading Roomies right now. I heard Roomies is pretty good. I heard this one's really, really good. And again, it popped up. I keep my eye out for certain titles, and this is one of them. Pretty much any of the big romance writers that have the bigger paperbacks that cost a fortune if you buy them new, I wait for them to pop up on Book Outlet, and when they do, I buy them. Now, the last 3 books in here are not mine. I mean, I want to read them, but they're not really mine. Okay, so the first one is a novella called Escaping from the Asylum. It's an Asylum prequel. My husband wanted it because he's been reading the Asylum series, but he's also reading the Wild Card, Marie Lou's second book from the Warcross series. He's also reading that. So this one is just an addition to one of the series he's reading. And then because he likes that author so much, we got these. So this one is House of Furies, and this one is Court of Shadows. And they are both from the same author that did the Asylum series, and they're both supposed to be weird like the Asylum series is. I don't know much about it. This one says they remain after death. And this one says they come here to die. So, I mean, they sound like shiny books, right? It's so pretty and beautiful with lovely metaphors of life or death. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, that's it. That is my pile. It is, believe it or not, significantly smaller than I'm used to getting. I probably only have 15, 20 books here. And not all of them are mine, and I need to get a hold of them about Legendary because I don't like that that book is messed up. But that's it for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, so before I put up my book haul, I got another box, and it's a teeny tiny box, and it's super light. So I wanted to open it really quick because I think there is some romance in here that I have been waiting for, and I don't want to have to wait for more book outlet stuff to come in because I've only got one more box coming, and that won't come for quite a while. So I wanted to get into this box so I could show you what I got. So this one's going to be really short. It's only a couple of books. It's actually parts of 3 different series. And the first one is Death Doesn't Bargain, and the second one is Dead Men Walking. I think this is the first one and this is the second one, but they're the beginning of a new series by yeah, whatever her name is, this chick. It's supposed to be really good, and it's supposed to be like a paranormal romance, and I was curious, and they were inexpensive, and the first 2 were on there, so I went ahead and got them. And then the next 2 that I got, I'm a little ashamed of, let's be real. This is a little bit trashier than I'm even used to. We have Losing It and Faking It, and I don't remember which one is which, but it actually has pretty good ratings. Everyone said pretty good things about them, and I was curious. And I'm in a romance mood right now, and this kind of sort of fit the bill. And the last thing I have in the box are numbers 2 and 3, don't know which one's which, of PC Cast series. This one is The Goddess of Light, and this one's The Goddess of Spring. Number 1 I got from Thrift Books, and it came in yesterday. So I'm really excited to start this series. I love PC Cast, especially the books that she writes by herself that are like romance, but they're kind of paranormal romances too. And I've heard really great things about these ones, and they're supposed to be all sorts of fun creatures in them. This one is definitely more well-made than this one. This one is kind of a floppier, not totally floppy, but floppier. This one is not at all. This one's like nice and stiff. I prefer the floppies, but this one always looks better. I don't know. Anyways, those are the last 2 books I got. So I only got a handful of books in this one, but I wanted to show them really quick because I want to start reading these ones. And I didn't want to wait until whenever I have books enough to film another one. My cat is sitting in the box and saying, I have dubbed this my box. So yeah, now I'm ready to go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.